Hi everyone, I'm going to do the minimalism tag. My friend Cathy from Hello Cathy has started this tag and she tagged me in it. So here we go. What drew you to minimalism? So I first probably heard about minimalism. I first heard about it in the TV series Absolutely Fabulous, where they kind of presented minimalism as this really bizarre concept where you'd kind of have a panic attack if you had someone brought a bottle of wine over for dinner because your house was a white cube with no furniture or whatever. But then when Cathy started talking about how she was minimizing her possessions and downsizing and stuff, at first I thought she was kind of going overboard, and because she was selling stuff at her clothes at markets and stuff, and I was going, well, that's a really nice jacket and you're getting rid of it or whatever. But I was kind of intrigued, but I didn't see any, I didn't kind of do anything about it then. But then maybe about 6 months ago or 7 or 8 months ago, I can't remember what happened, but I think I started to realize, because I've been writing a book for a few years, I started to, and I wasn't kind of getting stuff done on the days that I thought that I would, because I have 2 kids, so on the days that I haven't got kids to look after, I was thinking I was going to get heaps of writing done, and then I wasn't. And I realized it was because I was constantly making lists of things I had to, jobs I had to do, and a lot of the time those jobs involved buying stuff. And so I was spending those days that I thought I'd be doing heaps of writing, running around buying things to solve problems around the house or with the children or for myself or my husband, and then not kind of doing any writing. And then I started to kind of realize that lots of the time, the things that I bought that I thought would solve a problem, I didn't end up even using. I didn't need them. And I also I think I've also heard about Project 333, I can't remember how, online somewhere. And I was really intrigued by that, and I was like, there's no way I could get my wardrobe down to 33 items for 3 months. But I really liked the idea of it, and it sort of inspired me to trim my wardrobe down a lot. So I started to go through all the clothes, because I had 2 or 3 closets, not closets, but wardrobes just crammed with stuff that I didn't wear. And so I started to go through that stuff and sell it or donate it. And then when I started to read more about minimalism and the minimalists and becomingminimalist.com, and it was so satisfying to kind of get rid of all this clothing that I wasn't wearing. Then I started to go through the same process with the rest of the house. So the thing that's different now is, because before I used to always do wardrobe clear outs, but then I would keep buying. And so, after a while, things would get, the cupboards would get full again, and I would kind of declutter. And I thought I was such a good declutterer and organizer, and I was really into organizing solutions and stuff from Howard Storage World or whatever. But now that I've cleared out a whole lot of stuff, I managed to get rid of a whole lot of wardrobe solutions, organization solutions as well. I just don't need them because I don't have as much stuff. So that's what drew me to minimalism is a desire to kind of simplify my life, and especially because I've got kids, and I just, I just wanted things to be simpler. I didn't want to be kind of running around buying things I didn't need all the time. How did I start the decluttering process? So I talked a little bit about that just now, but I was just kind of going through different areas of the house and just sorting things into things to keep and things to sell on eBay and things to take to a charity store, and things also, a few things I tried to sell or straight away I just gave away on Free Cycle, which is a sort of online community where you can kind of offer things for free for people. They just need to come and pick them up. So there are a few things that I put on Free Cycle as well. And yeah, I mean, I did the kind of whole house. So everyone's stuff, my husband's and my 2 kids. So yeah, I just kind of moved from like different areas of the house to the next. And then like it got to the stage where I was getting rid of like stuff that I previously needed to keep things organized, and I also started to sell furniture as well because I realized I didn't need it. And I have a few pieces of furniture now that like we don't really need, but I'm not going to sell them or donate them just yet because I need to wait. But yeah, that's how I decluttered. Have you ever counted your things? If so, no, how many things do you own? I've never counted how many things I own because I think because I'm like the responsible for the whole house. I feel like I'd have to, I don't know. I think about the whole house when I think, have I ever counted all the things I own, even though not all of them are mine. I have counted, the only counting I've done is like when I've been working out a like wardrobe for Project 333. So yeah, now my sort of seasonal wardrobes sits around like 27 to 33 pieces or whatever. So yeah, that's the only counting I've done. What are your tips for dealing with the desire for more? I unsubscribed from heaps of emails for online stores and stuff. One of the other, like a major thing for me that has kind of stopped me from wanting things is the process of decluttering made me realize how much stuff I had bought and how much money I wasted on things I didn't need. So that, like, yeah, that's been a major, that's my tip, is to kind of actually get rid of all the stuff that you don't have, so you really are faced with how much money you've wasted and how much space you wasted and how much effort you wasted buying stuff that you didn't use. Like I bought some fabric for a couch. Like I had this kind of couch cushions that I wanted to recover. Like I bought them fabric like before I met my husband, like, 8 or 9 years ago, and I took it from the first house. I ended up getting rid of that couch. I didn't recover it, and then but I took that fabric with me to like 1, 2, 3 other houses where I didn't use it either. So I did try to sell it a few years ago, but I didn't get enough for it, so I didn't sell it. But this time I like put it on eBay at a really super reasonable price, and I did get, and it sold. So I hope that the person is using it, because it wasn't getting used in my cupboard, like taking up room. So yeah, that's just getting rid of the sheer volume of crap that I had that didn't get used. It has been a major kind of like shift in my head from wanting stuff. That's been the biggest thing. How do you deal with non-minimalists in your life? I've talked about it with friends, and like they've been kind of lots of my friends have been interested. I don't know if some of them have taken, like, sort of gone and decluttered their stuff, but I don't know if anyone's majorly gone on a declutter. There are people in my family who are, not minimalists in any way, shape or form. They're kind of the exact opposite. And I have learnt to keep quiet. So with my friends who I have just talked about what I've done and how I have, how beneficial I found it. But yeah, there are a couple of people in my life who are hoarders, basically. And I've realized they just find the whole concept of minimalism and getting rid of things. I think the thing that bothers them is getting rid of stuff, they find it really confronting because I think they think if it's yours, you should keep it, and what if you need it, and so I actually just don't say anything to them now. I keep my mouth shut because they seem to get defensive and stuff, so I'm just going to not say anything. And do you have any guilty pleasures where minimalism doesn't apply? No. The one thing that I have been doing, but it's not really a guilty pleasure, is like there have been a few things that I do need. Like at the moment, like over the past few months, I've been trying to replace 3 pairs of shoes that I need. Like my winter boots like got destroyed and like they needed to be replaced. My workout sneakers started to irritate my feet, so I need a new pair of those. And also I need to get like the casual sneakers that I have, not my workout sneakers. They're like super dirty and I don't feel that good when I wear them, so I want to get a new pair of those. So I feel like they're all valid reasons to buy new shoes, but it's just taking, like now that I've become, like I have such high standards for my wardrobe, I have like bought and returned, like ordered online, so many pairs of shoes, and just like the return buying stuff and returning it is just like, I've done so much of it in the last few months, like, and it's just a drag because there's just stuff that I probably would have kept in the past, but now I've kind of gone like I did find a pair of sneakers that I really liked the way that they looked, and I liked the way they looked when I wore them, but they were uncomfortable around my ankle, so I sent them back. Like I thought I have like found the sneakers, but I haven't, so I had to send them back. It's just like, oh my god, them waiting for couriers to drop stuff off or pick it up, like it's such a drag. It's not. I'm getting really over online shopping because I just feel like I'm paying money to try stuff on, like because we're in Australia and the like return shipping and stuff can sometimes for overseas websites can be kind of expensive. So but I don't like walking around shopping centres for hours on end looking for stuff the way that I used to enjoy it. So but it's starting to seem easier than like the buying and returning of stuff. I mean, I've got a winter pair of boots now, but I don't have a new pair of workout shoes or a new pair of casual sneakers yet. I mean, actually, I do need the workout sneakers as soon as possible, but the casual sneakers I'm probably fine. But yeah, anyway, that's not really guilty pleasure. That's a pain. I'm trying to think. One thing I probably spend more on clothing than I used to, like on single items. I don't know if like my overall expenditure on clothing has necessarily gone down because the stuff that I have bought has gotten more expensive. So that's probably I probably might have been nice to not spend as much on clothing and so forth, but hasn't worked out like that, I don't think. Another thing I've minimized the way that I shop for food, so I kind of let I try to kind of get down to like none left. Like last night we had we still had food, like I was cooking for my children and like they definitely had something, but had a proper meal, but the kitchen was pretty, like, and the fridge was pretty bare, and my daughter kept asking, I want this, because she's 2. She kept saying, I want this, and whatever, and I kept going like, we don't have any left, because I get a like fruit and veg delivery, fruit, veg, and dairy and meat delivery every week. And so it was coming this morning. So we were kind of down to like bare bones type thing in the kitchen, which I never used to do before. Like if we ran out of pasta or couscous or this or that, I would go and replace it rather than like going, well, we still have rice, so I'll just keep eating rice until we've run out of that type of ingredient. Yeah, but it's good because it means there's less wastage of food, and it's much easier to see what we have in the kitchen, and in a way we eat more of a variety of foods because I'm kind of making an effort to use what we have rather than going and buying a whole lot of new stuff to cook a particular recipe when I actually have plenty of other food in the fridge. Yeah, so that wasn't on the tag, but I just added it. And yeah, so I think that's it for the questions. I'll put who I'm going to tag. I haven't thought about who to tag. Cathy tagged a whole lot of people already. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing other people's Minimalism Tag videos as well. Okay, bye. Hi everyone, I'm going to do the Minimalism Tag. My friend Cathy from Hello Cathy has started this tag, and she tagged me in it. So here we go. What drew you to minimalism? So I first probably heard about minimalism. I first heard about it in the TV series Absolutely Fabulous, where they kind of presented minimalism as this really bizarre concept where you'd kind of have a panic attack if you had someone brought a bottle of wine over for dinner because your house was a white cube with no furniture or whatever. But then when Cathy started talking about how she was minimizing her possessions and downsizing and stuff, at first I thought she was kind of going overboard, thinking I was going to get heaps of writing done, and then I wasn't. And I realized it was because I was like constantly making lists of things I had to, like jobs I had to do, and a lot of the time those jobs involved buying stuff. And so I was spending those days that I thought I'd be doing heaps of writing, running around buying things to solve problems around the house or with the, and because she was having she was selling stuff at her clothes at markets and stuff, and I was going, well, that's a really nice jacket and you're getting rid of it or whatever. But I was kind of intrigued, but yeah, I didn't see any, I didn't kind of do anything about it then. But then maybe about 6 months ago or 7 or 8 months ago, I can't remember what happened, but I think I started to realize, because I've been writing a book for a few years, I started to, and I wasn't kind of getting stuff done on the days that I thought that I would, because I have 2 kids, so on the days that I haven't got kids to look after, I was